Hello, I'm a victim of remote neuromonitoring and I've been suffering this for a long time. I've decided to come on YouTube and make a video after enough encouragement I got from another fellow targeted individual, and I feel that I'd prefer to have record that I've documented the evidence of what's been happening to me. It's very severe and it is torture, and with this remote neuromonitoring they can see through my eyes, they can see what I see in real time, and they can hear through my ears. They've sent visual images of things directly to my brain. I've been suffering with the voice-to-skull technology, where it's like constant swearing and angry voices just shouting inside my brain. It's been so extreme to the point where I don't understand how someone could do this to another human being. It's unbelievable. I've been irradiated by these people to the point where they radiate my cells and my body and making me feel really hot and really cold at different times. They can radiate my cells whenever they feel like they want to. And in other times, they'll change it up. They might play extreme mind games with me from day to day, just extreme stuff, making me feel different moods and different emotions. They can somehow stop what I was thinking. If I was having a clear thought, they could stop it. And I believe it's people in a control room using satellite and directed energy weapons to create pain and torture of this magnitude. I'm coming on YouTube in the hope that I could help somebody else that's suffering with the same things and don't know what it is. I'm not sure, but I've been told most of this is government funded research, and I've come to the conclusion that it has to be. What else could it be? Who else would have this type of weaponry at hand? Normal people can't get a hold of this stuff. And with enough research I've done, it has to be government funded, because this stuff, the average citizen cannot get a hold of it. It's microwave technology. The voices that they project inside my brain are voices of people that I know. It could be family, friends, anyone. It's like it's been recorded, and then they're projecting the voices back into my brain. As a result of their torturous tactics, I've been diagnosed as a paranoid schizophrenic. I believe this to be a misdiagnosis because of all the things that they've done to me, the voice-to-skull technology. And for those that don't know, voice-to-skull is it's like microwave. It's microwave hearing. It comes from the Fry effect, where what you do is you send microwave. It's like microwave hearing into someone's brain. It could be ELF, electronic low frequencies, where they send or like project a beam or project a voice inside someone's mind, making them believe it's coming from their person, but it's actually being beamed at them from a distance. When this happened, they shut down. I believe they shut down my alpha mind, my alpha waves in my brain. I believe they shut it down and made sure that my mind wasn't capable of thinking rationally. So when they did this, I was put into a different state, a state of fear, a state of anxiety. And they were able to diagnose me with this illness. And I don't believe I have this. I know for a fact I don't have this diagnosis. I know that I'm being attacked via satellite, via remote neural monitoring, because they can track my every thought, my every dream, all my memories. They've been giving me feedback of what they've been doing. If I was say I was reading a book once, and they was reading verbatim everything that I could see with my own eyes. These people could see what I was reading, and they made sure that I knew. So they could see through my eyes, they can hear what I hear, and they can record my voice and send it back to my brain for me to hear this. I've been suffering with this for so long, and I've not had a chance to document what I'm going through, but I'm gonna take steps to do this. I hope I can help some other targeted individuals, or we could connect. And I hope to help people that might be suffering with the same things and don't know what's happening to them. And I want to help people. I don't know how, but I don't know how it's got this far. But I know that with all the research I've done, I could help someone else. We could also meet up and link up. I advise you, anyone that's getting the Voice to Skull technology, to read up on Barry Trower, Dr. Barry Trower. He's an ex-MI5 agent and discusses this stuff very well. There's so many people. Edward Snowden tried to discuss this. He tried to mention the computer program, the software that could interfere with your thoughts and could change the way a person was thinking and change the states. I believe that computer software is hooked up to remote neural monitoring, and that's what I'm suffering from. That's what many people that I've spoken to suffering from. I hope I'm not saying this in a way that you can't comprehend. I'm trying to say it the best way I can. But they have the ability to connect to a person's bioelectric field, and with your resonance or whatever you have, they can connect to your vibration, and they can inject things into you. Fear, disrupt your emotional states, disrupt your concentration, disrupt how you're gonna perceive or how you express yourself in public. These people can do that. At the very beginning of my torture, I first got the forced speech, where they can force speeches where they can force you to say things, basically forcing you to say things or do things erratic. I had the muscle spasms. They also control my toileting, and I also believe they can make, not just from belief but from experience, they've given me extreme period pains in my stomach, but it's not the natural type of period pain. It's almost like they're squeezing something in my stomach, making me feel pain, and then it's almost like they're controlling the process of how my body works. It sounds crazy, but this is how they do. This is what they do. And it's very subtle at first. It's very, very subtle. It's hard for you to tell where it's coming from, and it's very insidious. You almost think that it's you. You think that you're talking to yourself, or you think that the voices are coming from some external force. You don't know what to think because of how insidious it is. But over time, they let you know, depending on how they discredit you. Once you're a target, they try their best to discredit you as a person. So the labels paranoid schizophrenia or anything like that, they will label you with and say these experiences are not real, so that in the eyes of everybody else you look insane, so people will not believe what you're saying. This is how it's done. And I've come to the point where I don't really care how people perceive me, but I believe I'd rather have documented evidence that I've expressed what needs to be said, rather than to keep quiet and suffer in silence, because these people can kill us remotely. They can kill us remotely at any time. They've got the equipment to do it. They've irradiated my body. They've irradiated my cells. It's almost like they're trying to give me cancer. I can feel it. And they can make you hot and cold. It doesn't matter what they do, they can change it. Every night I get a different dream, and it's very vivid. Very, very vivid. It's almost like they're pushing a film or a movie inside my brain. And I have to sit through that every day, every night. Even in the morning, as soon as I wake up, they're there. The voices are there, right there in my brain. And it's not mental illness. I know it's coming from an external force. I know it isn't myself. I need to get this out there because I know that there's people, many people around the world suffering the same fate. And they don't know where it's coming from. They think they're going insane. And people around them don't know it either. Because when I first got into this, I didn't know what remote neuromonitoring was. I didn't even know that someone could read your thoughts from a distance without even being near you. I didn't think it was possible. And I'm sure the majority of the population didn't either. Nobody goes around wanting to know about somebody else's neurons in their brain. Some people they're not thinking about that. They've got other things on their mind, which is understandable. I don't expect everybody to understand where I'm coming from, but I do expect for people to at least do a bit of research to understand that this stuff exists. It's sad. It's sad times. This world really. It's really not what you think it is. This world, I mean, there's so much things going on in it. And I hope there's open-minded people. I hope more open-minded people will be willing to research this stuff. I was open-minded before this torture, before I knew I was being tortured. I was aware that stuff like targeted individuals existed, that there were people in this world that were targeted for experimentation. I didn't know the extent behind the remote neuromonitoring, but I was aware. That's not to boast, that's not to brag. I'm not using ego. I'm just trying to let you know that I think it's paramount that we maintain that. Because if we don't maintain that and we dismiss everybody as mentally ill, anybody that starts talking about this stuff, then we're going to be in problems. Because it's going to allow this stuff to continue. There's many people that suffer this. It's not just the pain. It's not just the radiation. It's the fact that your human rights have been violated on every level. Your mind exposed. Your thoughts are being broadcasted. This is what happens when you're under this stuff. It's almost like you become some sort of a robot. Because they understand your mind. They've mapped the human brain. And now they're trying to control everything that you do and say, and how you say it, and when they think it's appropriate. It's an invasion. It's an invasion of the human mind, and it's disgusting what they're doing. It's painful. There's a movie out called Control Factor 2003. For the people that are skeptical about this stuff and not sure if this really exists and they think it's a lie, please watch that movie. We all know that these people that are behind, the people that run this world, we know that they put the truth out in movies and then they discredit the truth. They'll say it's science fiction when it's actually science fact. And there's millions of people going through this worldwide Some of us don't even know each other. None of us know each other, but we suffer the exact same symptoms. Now, how can that be mental illness? Does anybody ask a question like that? But please, watch the movie Control Factor 2003. In that movie, you will see detail for detail. They describe the exact symptoms of targeted individuals, of what they go through, the voice-to-skull technology, and the fact that there's people in control rooms that can monitor somebody's brain on a computer screen and watch their moods and also alter their moods. There's a thing called the electromagnetic spectrum, where they can use frequencies to beam different states, different emotions into someone's brain from a distance. They're using lasers to do this, laser beams from the satellites. And the satellites are beaming whomever they wish to beam. That's how it's deployed. They can make you sound crazy. They can help you in some cases. Well, the people they wish to advance, they can advance them if they want, or they can put people like myself in mental institutions and discredit us and make us look crazy, and they can make the rest of the population, the ones that they feel deserve to be in you could say positions of power, they can make them sound incredible, make them sound like, well spoken. They can do all of that type of stuff. With this technology, it can be done. But people like myself, who they would refer to as the useless eaters on this planet, they would try to discredit, make us look stupid, so that when we discuss our victimization or our torture, we don't sound well, so that other people in the population will not have the time or want to research this stuff. It's so important that we do, because the stuff they've put me through, the stuff that I've seen others go through, I mean, to not want to research this would be, it would be sad. It would be really sad. It's important to know what our government is doing. And it's people like ourselves, they just experiment on us, and they don't care. They don't care how they treat us. They don't care about the mind games, the manipulation, the fact that they've stolen years off of our lives. Something we will never get back. They control your dreams, voices in the brain. They can make you angry. They can make you fight with people. They can make you suicidal. They can make you have an emotional breakdown, and you don't know where it's coming from. They can make you they can make you excited. Using these weapons, they can make you excited, and you want to go out and have fun and start dancing and acting crazy. They can make you do all sorts with this stuff, and no one knows about it. The only people that really know in depth are usually targeted individuals. The people that don't know are usually not being targeted themselves. Some people I've come across that haven't introduced themselves as being targeted have shown me that they're aware of this technology and what it does to the human mind. And some people are aware, some people are coming out, which is a good thing, but I would like to make sure that people are more aware, because the things that are happening in this world, where you're seeing people just do mass shootings or stuff like that, many people don't ask questions. They just assume that the person was crazy. They never ask questions about whether this person was manipulated into committing such a crime in the first place. And I think it's going to save a lot of lives if we get this information out. It could empower people. and it could make people more aware of what's really happening in this world. I personally would rather be an activist and share this information. It's not fair to see people suffering in silence and not being able to share the information with others. I at least want to share this information before I die. I'm sorry if I sound jumbled. I'm trying my best, but they do attack me, and they attack the way I speak and what I want to project. They can change it from time to time. So I'm sorry if it comes across, if you can't really understand it, or if I'm not using words that you can grasp onto, but I'm trying my best. The torture is consistent, and I've spoke to other targeted individuals that have the exact same symptoms as myself. It's almost surreal. It's surreal, but I'm gonna get it out there, and I hope I've said enough. I'm gonna make another video to share my information in another way. Thank you for listening. My name's Rochelle, and I hope I can help people. Thank you.